I think it did it again just now. We are back. The time is 7:18. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. If you are watching on the Facebook live stream, we are having some struggles this morning.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was doing it last week, and we thought we had the issue resolved, but it's doing it again. So y'all, if it goes down, just hop back on. I don't know why it's doing that. I have no idea.
You never know with Facebook. It's up and down.
Exactly. All right, so let's dive into the Super Bowl all the way. So overall, the game to me was lackluster, boring. It was not an exciting game.
It was very defensive.
I almost, at one
defense.
point, I felt like, I even asked my friend, I said, is the Patriots quarterback throwing this game? Because he had interception after interception, and I was like, or just, could not get in the end zone until the very, very, very end. I was like, what is happening? And on the other side of that, the Seahawks, they didn't score a touchdown till the fourth quarter. They were all 3 points. They were field goals.
Well, they broke a record. They broke the full Super Bowl record. The most points scored by a kicker in the history of the Super Bowl was last night.
There's that.
And it was also, like you said, it got up to the point it was 12 points, no touchdown yet. 12 points, all field goals. So he also got the most field goals in a Super Bowl ever. I think it had been up to 4, and I think he ended up with 5 or something. So he broke the record both ways last night. So, and it was a fully defensive game. It wasn't very exciting that way. And that little feller, what's his name? Wise, the quarterback for the Patriots, the new kid. He's only like, I think he's only like 14 or 16 years old. I mean, he is a young quarterback, and he looks like a little kid. But I thought at the beginning he was doing pretty good, and then I think the Seahawks defense just wore him out, wore him to death, and they finally found out near the end of the game how they could at least actually get him. He actually is he's a better runner than he is a passer. And that's the problem, is the few times he ran, he did great, but he got hammered so many times. I mean, he must be just today so sore he can't blink. And it was kind of pitiful that way. And like you said, when he first started throwing, he was getting in some really, they just couldn't connect. Their timing was off. He threw some great passes that the receivers just barely couldn't, they were so close. And then as the game wore on and he got hammered and they kept punching him, and then he started throwing interceptions and just really stupid things. But I think it was out of desperation and just being hammered and frustrated. And then like you said, the Seahawks really didn't do much offensively either. Basically, the kicker won the game for them.
He did. Hail to the kicker.
Did. And then that guy, the Williams guy that ran, that guy amazes me. He looks like he's just taking a walk he's one of those guys that when he first gets the ball, it's like he goes, oh, I got the ball. Now let me see. What am I going to do? Let me skip over here a little bit. Oh, I'm going to stop a second, let them all come toward me. And then he just explodes through there.
Yes.
But his timing was amazing. He seemed to have this astounding ability to see kind of ahead of time when he needed to hold up, and then things would open, and he was probably one of the stars of the game. His problem is he's a great runner. Once he has the ball, he's a terrible catcher. He has a terrible record of catching passes. If you hand it off to him, great. If he can get one and hold on to it, great. But boy, when you throw it, you don't know if he just can't catch a ball.
You're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to catch it or not, but if I get it, I'll run. So you're right. It was not exactly a exciting game, but since I was kind of pulling for the Seahawks just because they were underdogs, normally I wouldn't pull for anything out of the Northwest, I'm not a big fan of Seattle or and I hate the Ducks, Oregon, for no reason other than they're from Oregon and they're the Ducks. But I was kind of, I enjoyed the game more than I thought I would. I wasn't that impressed with the commercials, like we were talking about earlier. There were some cute ones and funny ones, a lot of celebrities in some of them, but I didn't come away with much of any remembrance of anything. I mean, nothing. Just I like the horse and the eagle, but I can't quite remember which. I thought it was Budweiser, but I think it was Busch. It was not Budweiser, I don't think. Anyway, so that. How good does a commercial do if you can't remember the product?
Yeah. Now there was one commercial towards the end, and I did get tickled because it was the nature of the commercial itself, and then it was the commercial. But it had some different football players. One of them was relaxing in a hammock.
Oh yeah. They were in hammocks, and they were
And it was about, I guess, getting checked for prostate cancer. And now they've got this where you can just do it with a blood test.
Right. What?
And so they were like, relax.
They were all tight ends.
They were all tight ends. And so when they were standing there, they were squeezing
their butt cheeks
together.
And then they said, "Don't be a tight end." And they let their cheeks go. I thought, well, I shouldn't be watching this as a dude, but
hilarious.
That is funny.
It was hilarious.
And I do remember that was for prostate cancer. So but I don't remember. You're supposed to go to ask for a certain product, to do it or a whatever. And I don't remember that.
I have no idea.
Of course, you don't have to remember. Women don't have to worry about it.
I just thought it was funny.
It was a good commercial.
That one, and I still wish I knew what the one with Ben Stiller was.
I know.
And I wish I knew.
That was early in the game.
Yeah, that was like one of the very first commercials. I wish I knew if that was Justin Timberlake with him or not. But it was funny, falling all over the place. I thought it was hilarious.
Was funny. I kind of enjoyed that, and I don't know what it was either.
And that outside of that,
I know.
I don't know.
Now, let's talk about the halftime shows.
All right.
Because that was one of the things I was, this Bad Bunny. Of course, I'm an older guy, so Bad Bunny, I've heard of him, and I knew what he did, but I just, I wasn't particularly a fan because that's just not my wheelhouse. He's Puerto Rican, and he's also known in Puerto Rico for being kind of a revolutionary. He pushes for power and for good things for Puerto Ricans, and they love him. I mean, he's like the Bob Marley of Jamaica. He's Bad Bunny's the big star from Puerto Rico. So, and I've heard, but I've never heard any of his music. So I was kind of interested. I actually looked up a couple of his songs before the halftime show yesterday afternoon. And most of his songs are in Spanish. I mean, they're Latin music. So, I don't really speak a lot of, I get C once in a while, or I can go, como esta, or, a few words. And I love the music. Now, I will say the music is always, it's kind of like Cuban music. It just sounds festive, and it sounds, most of it when it's up and it's bright, it is fun music. Yeah. It sounds fun.
Yep.
But that
a lot
show,
of dancing. I think a lot of people dance to it.
It's, for one thing, I went to it. First, I went to the All-American show to see it start, and I was quite disappointed. We'll talk about that, but I thought it was very disappointing and poorly done. So I watched it for a little bit, Brantley Gilbert, and a couple, and then I went back over to Bad Bunny, and it was Bad Bunny and something about like a wedding. There was wedding cake and a couple getting married and everybody dancing and a band playing. And then I went back to the American one, and it was kind of boring. And so I went back to Bad Bunny, and nothing had changed. There was more people dancing, more band on the field, more wedding, booty shaking and all that stuff. And of course, I will give them this. Their choreography and being all over the field was amazing, because he kind of fell through a trap door opened when he was up on the stage, and he fell into a room in a living room on a sofa, and they had the camera in there, and then he went out the door, and it was on the field, and there was a lot of fancy choreography that took a lot of work. So I went back, and then I saw, what was it, not Barrett. What was her name?
Gabby Barrett.
Gabby Barrett. And then I said, but to me, as festive and as up and as energetic as the Bad Bunny one was, which was kind of effective. I mean, it was really kind of neat. But I just I never heard any English, so I didn't know what he was singing about or what the whole theme was. When I went back the All-American one, it always seemed incredibly dull.
It was.
It seemed slow and hard to hear. The production audio was awful. It was muffled and yucky. You go back to Bad Bunny and everything's bright, crisp.
Here's the thing, this was done by Turning Point USA.
Right.
And Charlie Kirk, his service that they did was way more energetic and exciting than this was. And this is a halftime show.
Right.
I would have thought they would have stepped it up and gone a little further out.
You could tell so much of it was pre-taped,
Yeah.
right? And they did it in the dark. I mean, they had some fireworks and stuff, but that was a dark halftime show.
It was.
It was depressing. And everything was dark and this blue tint, blue is considered kind of, if you're blue, you're down. You don't feel, you're not up, you're down if you're feeling blue. This thing was down.
I expected lots of stuff shooting out of the, and just
and I thought
really
there'd be more of the songs that were more like, up. Like they did start off with that. And the other thing is that started off with the guitar solo for the national anthem, right?
Yep.
But they did that really, that national anthem that is just like Jimi Hendrix would have done. A lot of extra stuff. And you know what? For people for Turning Point, I think even the young people, that is kind of against the rules. I mean, it needs to be a little more traditional. Just a little to me. Now, I'm an old guy, so I shouldn't be talking about this because probably most people watching were probably in their 20s to 50s, and I'm way up over that. But that was a little harsh to begin, and it was just so stark with the beginning was dull. That was okay, interesting, and then it just stayed dull the whole time. I like the artist. I like a lot of their songs. That the Dirt Road song, that had been done with.
That was actually Colt Ford.
Colt Ford
did
song.
that, and Jason Aldean.
Yeah, but that was terribly done.
It was, and let me tell you, Brantley Gilbert has so many other upbeat great songs that talk about American soil and hard-working America. And he didn't do any of that. So, all right, we got to take a break. So we're going to hold that thought. We're going to come back.
We got more to talk about.
We got so much more to talk about this.
I got a rail. I'm ready to rail.
So y'all stay with us, and we're going to continue this halftime show talk.
I'm ready to rail.
Teresa Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Track Studio. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs, all conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
We are back. The time is 7:35. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio.
I'm
Teresa
still
and Dollar
railing.
Bill on this Monday. It's going to be a pretty day. It's going to be almost 70 degrees today.
It's a little drizzly this morning. I ran into rain a couple of times
You
coming
did?
in this
I
morning.
didn't.
Yeah, had to
Okay.
turn on my windshield wipers, and enough that it wasn't more than even just a drizzle. But they said that's going to clear up and it'll be beautiful.
Oh, I
today.
didn't run into any. Okay.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I had it in Columbiana, and I had it again when I came into Clinton.
Okay. I must have just missed it.
Yeah. Well, you were ahead of me.
Yeah, I was ahead of you by a little bit. All right, so we're talking about the halftime shows from the Super Bowl last night. And we've already decided
I'm still
that,
mad.
Yeah, we've talked about the commercials a little bit, and that was Shannon. Thank you for that. That was a Budweiser commercial with
Yeah, that was
the
a good-
Clydesdale and
the Eagle.
the Eagles. So, but we're talking about the Turning Point USA, the All American halftime show. We're a little disappointed. Now, do I love these artists? Absolutely.
Me too.
Which is why I tuned in. Let me first say this. If I don't particularly care for an artist or not familiar with their music, most of the time during the halftime show, I'm going to get up and do something else. I'm going to flip it over to something else. So this had nothing to do with Bad Bunny and all the stuff that surrounded him. I just don't know who he is. And they offered something that I know who they are. It's my genre. I like that kind of music. But with that said, still very disappointed.
Me too.
In the show itself, because they all had the opportunity to make that a very pro-America,
Positive.
upbeat, positive show, and it was a lot of slow songs, slow music. Lee Brice did one that was a great song. It was one he just wrote for this specific event, but it was slow. It wasn't upbeat.
Right.
Brantley Gilbert didn't do any of his upbeat, what I consider, I won't say patriotic, but just all-American music. And then Kid Rock, he came out talking about, I'm
Near the
Kid
end.
Rock, and it was kind of like, that's where the lights and the show kind of started off. And I thought, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And then he slowed it down. But he did Cody Johnson's Till You Can't, which is kind of a slow, and then it gets kind of picking
picks
up
a
song.
little. Yeah.
The thing with that song that he did was that he added an extra verse that he wrote, which made the hair on my arm stand up.
You did like it?
I did like it because if you think of that song Till You Can't and you hear that the melody, the music,
Right.
you can do this verse in your head. And at the end, Kid Rock says, there's a book sitting in your house somewhere that could use some dusting off. And then the crowd goes nuts. There's a man who died for all our sins hanging from the cross. They go even wilder. You can give your life to Jesus and he'll give you a second chance till you can't. And I'm telling you, that it got me right here.
Yeah.
It was like throw punch, but then they ended it on that.
I know.
It was like,
It was too.
wait,
It was so abrupt.
I need more. I need help, you know. So while the music was good, it's
I didn't
more
think
my
the music
genre,
was that
more my
good, to be
speed.
honest
I
with
mean,
you.
as far as, well, it was good.
I
Was
didn't
it
think
over
so.
the top great? No. It was
Here's the deal with me.
tolerable, I guess. I
and
was disappointed.
I
but
love
I
all
thought it
those
was okay.
artists. I think those artists are wonderful. I love Brantley Gilbert. I love them, all of them. I liked everyone that was on there. I did not think their performances matched what they were doing.
I agree with that.
I think, and the quality of the video and audio was awful. It was actually very amateurishly done, poorly edited. The sound was awful. I mean, I don't know who they got to produce that, but whoever they did, they don't need to ever use them again.
I know,
They
it
really
was
don't.
not good.
I thought the whole thing came off as, even if you, other words, I loved all those artists. I was not entertained very well at that show. There were a few little bright, like you said, moments, but overall, the whole thing was very disappointing to me. And I like those artists. Now, what about people that tuned in the Turning Point All-American show that may not be that big of a country fan or may not know those artists? You don't think that impressed them at all.
I know it didn't.
You know they turned away. So
And here in
they
the
did say
beginning-
that at the beginning they did some polling. The beginning of the show pulled a lot of viewers, but a lot of people got tired of it and bored with it or didn't like it and tuned away.
Well, let me tell you how many people watched it or stayed watching it on the regular. 5 million, in between 5 million and 6.1 million.
Which isn't much
No.
when you're talking about a Super Bowl.
Bad Bunny,
Yeah.
135.4
Right.
million.
Killed them. Killed them.
But even his show, a lot of folks were not
Well-
happy with. They were like, well, it's probably not one of the best ones we've ever seen, but more people tuned into it. But here's the thing. Baden and I were talking before the show. It was before you got here. And, I mean, a lot of people, if you don't like that music, that's fine.
Right.
But don't use, I don't know, racism or any other thing as a reason. You know what I'm saying? They tried to bring race and some other things
Diversity.
into a lot of diversity into, which is why we ended up with a second halftime show, which now I kind of feel guilty for watching, if you just want to know the truth, because in a way, not meaning to, I bought into that diversity. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know if that's really.
I wouldn't have watched it
Here's the
anyway,
deal.
but
I have nothing against Bad. I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. They might as well put somebody I'd never. That's not my wheelhouse.
yeah, I don't know anything about him. Zero.
Me neither. I also don't speak Spanish
Me either.
fluently. So
Hola.
although I enjoyed some of the
Count to 10.
the music was bright and up like Caribbean music can be, or Latino music can be really fun. And theirs was. You can't deny that thing had a few little ballady songs, but mainly that was kick-ass halftime show as far as the dancing and the choreography
yeah.
and the lights and the special effects.
The whole presentation.
Right. And that's what you want for a halftime show. My question wasn't diversity and racism. Mine is, if you've got something as all-American as the Super Bowl, then did you do the entire halftime show in Spanish and all that? Or have the flavor of it and mix it up a little bit? I just think it was a bad choice of being all or nothing. All Bad Bunny, and his Hispanic culture. I don't think that was good for the Super Bowl. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think it was a poor choice of a full halftime show, and it went long.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the turning point, I see nothing wrong with giving people an alternative, especially because this was not your usual halftime show. But you got to remember, if they had probably a halftime show that had hip hop and rock and roll, they'd have still tried to offer an alternative just because a lot of people aren't into hip hop and rap, that kind of stuff. That doesn't mean you're racist. If it had been all big band music like Glenn Miller from the 20s and 30s, I would expect somebody to offer an alternative because that's all one thing. So I don't feel guilty for tuning over. As a matter of fact, you know, this is also set as a Christian thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go to your Christian spiritual base to watch a show that you know is going to not have a lot of naked women dancing around and stuff, and you're going to have clean stuff that's going to be, and it's all pro-American, that's not racist. That's just American pride and your taste. So I see why they did it, and I think it's great that they did it. I just think it was terribly produced and poorly done.
It was.
And
I
also disagree with doing the all Bad Bunny, no English halftime show.
I agree.
Nothing against Hispanics. I think it's great, but it's like opera. I wouldn't want a whole opera.
Me either.
Because I don't understand Italian or whatever they sing at opera in. And I'm not a big opera fan, so it would not appeal to me. The Big Bunny thing didn't particularly appeal to me, but it doesn't mean I hate Hispanics and I'm racist at all.
Right, I agree. But for a lot of people, that was why they were like making a statement, or like why they didn't want to watch it. But I just wanted to watch it because I thought it was going to be a better show, and it ended up not being.
Oh, it was
great.
Terrible. I think it was terrible. I'll be honest with you. I go over the line. I think it was really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I came away when it was over. It was, first of all, from the very moment it came on, I was like, "Ooh, that's." I told Mary when it went from the opening speech by that guy, and then went to the first song with the guy playing the national anthem with the guitar. I told Mary, I said, "God, that was horrible," because it was just dead silence, quiet talk, fake audience. That went off and came on like, yeah, you know, it was like fake, and then they did the whole, and then it never got better. Never got better.
My friend Amanda says the sad thing is that I don't even think Charlie Kirk would have tuned into this.
I don't think he'd have liked it. I mean, I think he'd have been disappointed.
I do too. Well, considering. You know, what they did prior to that. All right, it is 7:46. We're going to take a break. When we come back...
I'm finished railing now. I feel better. I'm purged. I feel clean.
Now you know how we felt about the Super Bowl and the halftime shows.
Exactly, and I'm now over it. I'm good. Thank you. I will sleep better tonight.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Olympics, but then there's some stuff in the headlines we got to talk about. There is an Ohio house cleaner who was arrested for cleaning, but we'll tell you why. So stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clayton Track Studio. We'll be right back.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family. We are back. The time is 7:50. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clayton Tractor Studio. Real quick, I wanted to talk about an update in the search for Nancy Guthrie, which is Savannah Guthrie's mother. There has been another note that was delivered to some TV stations. They have not released what the note says. They're still trying to determine if it has any validity or if it's connected to the original note that they got. But they were at her house. They were on the roof. They were searching all of the grounds. They were turning the house inside out. And they still, I don't know, I say they, some of the outlets are still saying that the son-in-law was the last person to see her. So I think he is still somebody they're looking
person
at.
Of interest.
I think they're still looking at him. They're not going to say it. I guess they're waiting on him to mess up, in hopes. I hope there's a conclusion to this in a positive manner soon.
Yeah, I hope she's alive.
She's been gone a week now,
2 weeks.
and
This is the second week.
we're going into the second week, and this is they probably know way more than we can even begin. They're not releasing a lot because the more they release, the more upper hand the people that have her.
Right.
So I'm scared that this is not going to be a good outcome. But
well, the
I'm
longer
hopeful.
it goes, the more you have to figure they may have just killed her. Whoever took her may have just killed her. I don't know. There was blood at the scene, so they know she was injured.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And she's got heart problems and all that. So I don't know. It's so. Do they know? Was it just for money? Excuse me, money?
Well, that was the first note, but the second note, I don't know what it has in it, so I don't really know what they're
Why
doing.
of all people, Nancy Guthrie? Just because Savannah's on TV, maybe they think
That's what
she's
doesn't
rich?
make any sense.
It
That's
doesn't
why.
either.
That's where this whole thing is. Why I say it's somebody close, somebody that's a part of her circle, and
I
we're
mean,
going to
I'm
get.
sure there's a lot of people in this world with a lot more money than Savannah Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she makes good money as a network. She probably makes several million. But that nowadays, there's a lot of people make more than that just in industry and business, and IT and stuff. So I don't know. It sounds like when they do it with a high-profile person like Savannah, a TV national TV personality, you figure there may be some other reason for this. Did they want a mouthpiece? Do they want the publicity? Because they certainly gotten the publicity. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure there are people kidnapped, all the older ladies kidnapped or murdered or whatever, and you don't hear all this because they're not a high-profile celebrity. So that may have had something to do with it. I don't know. This thing doesn't make much sense.
It doesn't. It's really strange, but I really hope that they're gonna have
she's alive.
a resolution
you see
soon.
a poor 84-year-old woman who has a successful daughter in the media. Nobody deserves to have something happen to them for that. I mean, that's horrible.
I agree. Sad, sad, sad. All right.
Prayers for her.
We got to talk about an Ohio house cleaner who was arrested. But let me tell you why.
For cleaning?
Yeah, she was arrested for cleaning, but it's why. Because the houses she cleaned, she broke into them and was cleaning them without permission and then leaving them a bill. And this was in hopes that they would really love the work she did and decide to use her as a house cleaner.
Where was she, in Ohio?
Ohio. Mm-hmm.
God, I hope she moves to Alabama. Listen, if you want to break into my house and clean it, come on. I'll leave the key under the mat or the door unlocked. You come clean your heart out and leave me a bill.
It says here that she was just trying to promote her cleaning business. She would pick houses at random, break in, go in, clean it. Say,
Hope you like this?
Yeah, homeowners would come in confused but happy that their house was clean. But they
Nothing
also
stolen, nothing messed
nothing
with?
stolen. But she left a bill. If you like the job I did, here you can pay me and use me again next time. They ended up arresting her for
Wonder if
breaking
she'll
and
break
entering.
into the other jail cells and clean them and leave a bill and see if you like the way your cell looks. Here's a bill. Use me again. I'll come clean your cell.
In one particular case, she broke in and there was actually a teenage girl that was at home but didn't know anything was wrong because she thought her mom had just hired a housekeeper.
A house cleaner.
Yeah.
They probably talked and everything, right?
Oh, by the way, Mom, the house cleaner left the bill
she
on
left the bill.
The what?
The what? Who?
The who?
I didn't hire a house.
Are you?
That's
that
funny.
would've
So
been-
are they going to
that
put
would've-
her in jail for
They
that?
did put her in jail.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
It is. She was like, I was just trying to get some business.
I mean, she wasn't stealing anything. She was, it
But
was
you
a
can't
promotional
just,
deal.
You can't just break into people's houses and clean at will. I mean, if you're going to break into my house, that's what I want you to do.
Right.
But I don't want you in my house unless I know it. Because
Well, you can come in if you're going to clean it, come on. And if you want to take a little something here and there, just don't leave me a bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't. Yeah.
Just take some stuff and we'll call it even.
You could have just put compliments of,
That's
but
right.
but here she wanted some money. She was hoping that she could get a few extra dollars. She was trying to make ends meet.
Well,
so
it's kind of innovative.
that's unique.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
else
hope
is
she
unique.
gets a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
she'll break
sure.
into a lawyer's house and clean it and then say, would you now, look how good a job I did. Now, defend me.
Yeah, exactly. It's such
I
a
wonder
wild
if what
story
if she
to
didn't
me.
do that good a job? That's the thing. Maybe that's why they go in there. You clean this house? Look at that floor hadn't been mopped. You missed. Look at the windows; they're not clean.
You know who the actor Quentin Aaron is?
No.
He's the young man that played Michael Orr in The Blind Side.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
So he had some health issues.
Oh.
He had what they call some kind of a blood embolism that caused him to have like a stroke or whatever. And he had been admitted into the hospital and they had him in a medically induced coma.
Really?
Well, his family was like, okay, something's not right. What's going on here? Well, he got married to this girl not long ago, like I would say within the last month or so.
Oh, really? That quick?
Well,
I mean, that long?
She is technically still married to somebody, so they just did a vow, not really a legal marriage, but she was at the hospital trying to make all these medical decisions for him even after the family got there. They had to have her removed and taken away because they were like, I think she's doing something nefarious to him.
You think she gave him something to cause him to have the embolism?
I think that's what the family thinks. So right now, she's not allowed up there, and they're like, don't let her come back.
Well, they're not technically married.
No, they're not.
No.
And the family's like, we have his best interest. We don't know what you're doing, but you're not going to be making decisions for him. Because I think some of the decisions she was trying to make before the family got there, they were questioning. So that's just a whole big, and that's really sad. Now, apparently he is, he's awake and he's like doing a little bit of recovery at this point, but he was like near death. I mean, they were like not sure he was going to make it out of this
She may be a gold digger.
She may be. They still are investigating, oh gosh, what's his name? The guy that played with Arnold on Different Strokes. What was his name?
I don't know.
Oh, was his name?
I'm bad with actors.
Gary Coleman.
Oh yeah, little Gary Coleman. Yeah.
They were like they think his wife is the one that pushed him down the stairs and killed him.
Really?
They still are investigating that.
digger.
Like, I think she took a polygraph and failed, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well, that's why we moved I bought a house with no stairs because Mary was looking at me a little. We're going to move to a one level. I don't want to meet Gary Coleman's fate.
Good morning, Josh. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got to talk about the reading crisis in America right now.
The what?
Reading crisis.
There's a reading crisis?
Yes, there is, and you're not going to believe what the stats are when I tell you.
Really?
Yep, so stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funerals. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Was the guy that did that. No, we are back. The time is 8:02. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. We were talking about
My hair.
his hair.
My lack of hair.
It's growing in. He's seeing where it stands right now, letting it all grow back.
Mary, you know, I got sick. I got that stuff like you had.
Sorry.
And so no, you didn't give it. I got it well after you. I don't think you gave it to me, but I had it. You know how bad it was.
Oh, yeah, it was rough.
So for a week, I didn't shave or do anything. I'd take a shower, but I wouldn't shave, or I just go in the shower, go to bed, get up, take a shower the next one, go to bed. So it started kind of coming out where I usually shave my head 2 or 3 times a week, right? Then Mary said, hey, you know, you hadn't let your hair grow out in about 10 years. Why don't you let it grow and let's see what you got? Well, you know, I went bald, And I had a hair transplant in the 80s, and they planted hair around, and then some of that fell out, some of the other fell on out. So I just shaved my head, for St. Jude one year, and just kept it shaved. I liked it. Well, now she said, I hadn't seen you with any hair in about over 10 years. Let it grow out. Let's see how it looks. So I went, all right. So after about 2 days, I said, it's itching. I said, I hadn't had to, this is kind of getting on my nerves. Oh, let it grow out. Let's see what it looks. So I'm letting it grow out, see, but I think I'm going to look like a calico cat with mange because I've got all this mixed hair. I've got my natural hair, transplanted hair, no hair, scar tissue. I got all kind of stuff going on up there, and it's not pretty. That's why I shaved it in the first place, right?
Yep.
So we're married. I want to see what you got. Well, you're going to see it, all right.
You're going to see it.
And one morning you're going to get up and go, you need to shave it. So I will. I'm just waiting on her to give me the okay to shave it.
Well, most people tell me that they really liked the mohawk.
My wife
hated
the mohawk.
Yeah.
Hated it so much, which is the reason, by the way, I grew it. We were in COVID.
Oh, by the way.
And I was at home. I started doing my radio shows from the house. Didn't have to go. Nobody was going anywhere, right?
No, right.
So I let myself just go hard. I look like Sasquatch. I let hair grow. I didn't do any. Had no pride in myself at all.
Well,
so
most
one morning
people
I
didn't.
got up before I went upstairs to my studio, and I looked in the mirror and I said, "Oh God, you got to have more." This is back in this is 8 years ago. I said, "You got to have more pride in yourself than that." So I shaved my face back down to this, and I may have been fully shaved then. I don't know, but anyway, I had all this goofy stuff going on, so I shaved one side, and I thought, I'm gonna see what a mohawk would look like. I'd never done that, so I shaved the other side, left that little strip in the middle, and it looked ridiculous. And I went, "Oh, that's awful!" And I was about to shave it, and Mary walked in the bathroom and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "How do you like my mohawk?" And she looked at me and put that hand on her hip and said, "At your age, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen." So I kept it.
Yes.
Yep. Done. Mohawk.
And here we go.
And
We're off.
every day, for the rest of 8 years, every day, when are you going to shave that thing? That's awful. You look stupid. And I'd look in the mirror and go, yeah, it's pretty silly. But I just called it the world's most pitiful mohawk, because it was. If you called it a mohawk.
I liked it because you put
pitiful.
colors in it, green and pink.
And I would turn it red for
I liked
Alabama games, especially when we went to the championships. I'd turn it bright red. On St. Patrick's Day, I did it green. I'd piddle with it. And she hated that even more. And so it was kind of a game we were playing. Well, finally, it looked pretty bad. So I finally, back about, it hadn't even been a year. What's been months ago? I shaved it.
Yeah, it's been almost, back in
It's probably
before
back
the
in the
summer.
summer.
Well, yeah.
So I shaved it, and I liked it being back bald. Yeah, I have to admit, I like the bald look better. It's easier. It's low maintenance, all that. So anyway, that's what the deal is. So who knows if I let this grow a little more, maybe I'll do a reverse mohawk. And I'll just shave the center.
Oh, Lord.
And I'll leave this fuzzy stuff coming out on the sides, which will really make Mary mad.
That'll really get her goat.
And then
won't it?
I'll have achieved my goal.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I do stuff like that to hubby. I do stuff that aggravates him.
I used to be vain about my hair when I was younger, of course, and I was always opposite the trends. When everybody in the 60s and 70s had nice, long, flowing hair, I was in military school and in the military, and I had my high and tight. It was tight, rigged sidewalls over the ears and all that stuff.
I want to see pictures of you in the military academy. I want to see pictures of you in the military academy. You need to
okay, I can
me
show you
some.
those.
Yeah.
And anyway, then when I got into Alabama, and it was still in the 70s, and I tried to grow my hair out, I started going bald. So I had this goofy bald long hair stuff that looks ridiculous. So I went in and cut it down. And then I went into theater where I would shave and cut and do anything just for a different role, and that didn't matter. And then I got out in the late 70s and through the 80s and 90s. Of course, everybody just did different stuff, but I was always against the trend. And then I had the hair transplant, and once I got hair transplanted, and that took some pretty painful surgeries and over a period of a few years, that's when everybody started shaving their heads. So then I had hair, but everyone else was short. So I've never been in the trend. So I've found out how frivolous hair really is for a guy. It doesn't really bother me one way or the other. So,
yeah. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that. But I have noticed that
you got pretty hair.
It's very, very thick. But I noticed that right here in the very front, it's starting to thin a little bit, and I'm kind of
shave it.
I'm about to get some bangs. Is what I'm about to get. So it covers it, and you can't.
Does that hide that?
It does.
Bangs.
Get some bangs.
That's one thing I've never had. I've never had bangs.
Most guys don't. I think
they
overall.
don't?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Most girls just kind of, they do
I
the
never
bang,
had bangs, and I never had a mullet.
Yeah, I had one. Well, for girls, it was called the bi-level. We didn't call it on a guy. It was called a mullet.
What did you call it?
Bi-level.
Bi-level. Kind of like a split for your house.
Yeah, kind of.
Party in the front. Oh no. Business in the front. Party in the back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I told you we were going to talk about the reading crisis. I read this story, and this is really because I love to read. It bothers me when I see this.
Yeah, I love to read too.
The story started off because college students are getting into college and are not great at reading to the point where professors are just reading to the class.
What?
Yes. I saw these two people talking about it.
Is it because they're dyslexic or have a disability, or they just don't read?
No, here's
they're just
the
not
thing.
reading as young people?
They're just not reading, and here's the reason. Well, I say there's not the reason, but these are some stats. It says right now 25 million children are unable to read proficiently, and 69% of fourth graders are performing below grade level.
Why?
It was driven by a long-term decline accelerated by the pandemic.
So COVID kind of got it in higher gear?
Yep, it says in education.
But I thought when they were at home and not going to school, they'd have to read more.
Yeah, well.
I guess not.
No, they're using computers and things like that. They aren't really reading.
Well.
It says 130 million adults, which is roughly 54% of the population, is reading below a sixth grade level.
What?
Yes.
No way.
Yes. Yep.
Holy cow.
And it was like this one lady said it's all that college classes now on some of these they said it's almost like a kindergarten class where the professors are having to read to these kids because they're not reading to
How did they get out of
level.
high school
That
when they
is
can't?
that is the $1 million question.
I mean, how'd they even get into the sixth or seventh grade, much
How?
less graduate high school?
How is exactly right. It's one teacher said there was a girl looked at a list of questions, and she said, "I failed badly," but she spelled it FELLED BEDLY. The problem is,
So they can't spell
she
either.
was a sixth grade student, and she should have been able to spell way better than that.
Now, I wasn't the best speller in the world, but I could read anything.
Right? America is struggling when it comes to reading and spelling for some reason. And I think a lot of teachers are saying that they are having a harder time keeping the attention, especially when they get to the age where they use a lot of gadgets, a lot of cell phone, tablets, computers.
See, I think they ought to ban all cell phones.
Well,
and
they
probably
have.
a lot of they have, but I don't know how strict
they're doing it. Yeah.
How universal that is. But they still can
that's
have
scary,
tablets
though.
and stuff. Yeah.
That is scary.
It
that
is scary.
College kids are having to be read to.
I have noticed that since all this social media stuff and on Facebook and all that, when you see a lot of people now that leave comments, their English is awful.
It's terrible.
Their spellings, and they, you've got autocorrect on a lot of this stuff. And so I wonder what would happen if they didn't have autocorrect, because there's a lot of people that don't understand the difference between THEIR and THERE, there and there, and
SELL. SALE, SAIL.
Right.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
Oh my Lord! Those are those are crazy
and English
ones.
is tough. How do you explain to somebody that speaks another language that if you spell BOW, that's bow and bow?
Yep.
And it also means something you shoot an arrow with, or you tie in a little girl's hair.
Exactly.
Or it's the front of a boat, and then there's BAUGH, which is bow, which is like the bow of a tree, or, I don't know how you explain. I grew up with it, so English doesn't seem that weirdly, but you talk to somebody that comes here from another country and they try to learn English, it's crazy. Well,
I noticed my son, when he texts me, he doesn't even text words out now. He'll say FIFR, which stands for I'm for real.
Really?
He'll say CLD, which stands for could. So you look at Facebook and you will see people making comments or using to be honest, TBH. They're not even typing out the whole word. They're just typing out.
They're just trying to be efficient with their typing.
Yes, and so I think it is keeping a lot of people from.
The first time I ever saw BTW.
By the way,
I didn't know that. I said BTW. And I started looking around, and finally I had to Google it. I said, what is BTW? And it said, by the way. I went, oh, okay. I didn't know that. And now I'm learning all the, of course, we all know the OMGs and we've learned, I've actually.
BRB.
Yeah, what's BRD?
BRB.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I'm learning. So but some of this stuff is, and now, I got friends that are doing the emojis now, and that completely throws me off, because I'll say, you want to meet for lunch tomorrow, Tuesday at noon, and I'll get a dinosaur. And I go,
I don't even know what that means.
That's what I go, I don't know whether I'm having lunch with them or not. I don't know. There's a dinosaur. And then they'll do a heart and a thumbs up and a turd. I'm going, what's going on here? What's happening?
Which for the longest time I thought was ice cream.
I did too, and I love chocolate ice cream. Then they put eyeballs on it, It's one with the eyes, and it's like that may not be ice cream.
Served ice cream.
I thought, oh, okay, so we're going to eat the Dairy Queen.
Oh, God.
For a hot dog and some ice cream. I don't know. Anyway,
oh, Lord. All right.
This new world is.
I know. Tell me about it.
But my vision has gotten so bad. I have, I'm blind in one eye and I'm struggling with the other one. So my reading now is really tough. So I've come up with some of these apps that read for you. And that has helped, except I don't love, and they'll let you pick voices. Do you want a woman's voice or a man's voice?
The audio stuff.
And do you want a British accent or what? But to me, it still bothers me. And you can speed it up. That has been kind of neat.
I didn't know that, because here's the thing. I don't feel like an audiobook is going to read to me faster than I can read, because I'm a speed reader.
Most of them,
so I'm
you can speed it up 1.5, 1.5. You can have them
but
going.
Am I going to? But is it going to? It's not going to enter my brain the same way.
Well, it won't. That's the thing. I do like it sped up a little, but I've noticed that, especially if I'm getting into some complicated dialogue or
you can't speed it up.
Or it's going too. My brain is behind. I'm behind.
Because
And I have
it
to
takes a
stop
little while
and
for
go
your...
back up, tell it to back up, and reread it to me.
I think you can see things quicker than you can hear.
Oh, you
All right,
can.
we got to take a break. He's over there. That's twice he's done that to me. Okay, 8:18. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the Winter Olympics. We never finished talking about that because something happened over the weekend. I'm going to talk about it. I mean,
Okay.
we're going to just have a discussion. No right or wrong, really, just perception, I think. So
I'll give you a right or wrong.
Okay, we'll talk about it when we come back. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Track Studio. Stay with us.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family. We are back. The time is 8:21. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio.
Pretty day today.
Yeah, it is Monday, February is it the 9th today? Is it?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
And
what
you know what's
in
bad?
the world? Yeah, it's
We're
the
only
9th.
5 days away from Valentine's, and I have nothing for Mary yet. Now, she did tell me last night there was something she found on Amazon, and she said, and it was it's a piece of furniture. And
Oh.
we have bad experiences with Amazon furniture in the sense that she orders these things that need to be put together, and they come in a box and they weigh 1,000 pounds, and then you got parts that we went through this with a desk,
Yep.
wasted the money. So I told her, I said, you order anything you want, and of course you can order anything you want, but I'm suggesting if you order anything, make sure it's fully assembled, that it's shipped fully assembled. And she said, okay. So then she found something she wanted, I think it was like a hope chest she can put at the end of her bed, our
Yeah.
bed, so that she can put her shoes in it or something, because
Yeah.
she's got a million shoes. So I said, whatever. She said, that'll be my Valentine's. I said, very good. Okay. But I can't just let that go. There's got to be something that I've got to have a card, flowers,
you
something
can
on
do that.
Valentine's.
You can do all of
so
it.
it's really not doing anything but just it's a force multiplier.
Hubby, he does not. He honestly does not care. He's not. He's like, I think we should just like not do anything.
Well, that's
for
me.
Valentine's.
She said, "What do you want for Valentine's?" I said, "Nothing.
Yeah.
I got everything I need, anything I want. I know you. I guess you love me. You're still with me, and you're not killing me. So, well, she hadn't pushed me downstairs yet, but
Because there's still the basement.
yeah, there's still the basement. That's a creepy basement. If I ever did fall down those stairs, I'm gonna die anyway because she ain't coming down in that creep. She's never yet been in that basement. We've lived in that house now for months. She doesn't know what the basement looks like. She's just looked down the stairs and went, It's creepy. And well, it was built in the 30s, and it was a coal bin originally, where they dumped coal in there, and you knew you had to put it in the furnace and all that. So it is creepy. It's an old creepy basement. But
Old creepy basement.
yeah,
I love it.
Well, I like it kind of. But anyway, so if I fall down those stairs, she's gonna. If she finds me, she'll have to do it from the top of the stairs. If I fall, I got to stay near in view.
Yeah.
And if I fall out of view, I got to crawl back if I'm alive.
There you go.
And then she'll call the paramedics to come dig me out of there.
Good morning to Piper. Good morning, Deborah.
Piper.
Good morning, Brenda. Thank y'all for watching and listening. Piper better be watching and listening.
Yeah, her baby's running things.
Absolutely. So I wanted to talk about the Olympics. I really haven't tuned in.
I've
a
not
whole
watched very
lot.
much yet.
I've seen a few little performances here and there. I can't remember the guy's name in the
Figure skating?
men's figure skating, but he brought it and
Yeah.
gold.
Is he the
gold.
one
And I
they
think-
call the quad guy because he can do
I
the
guess,
quad?
yes. And it looks like
He's the only one that's done it. He's the only one that can do it.
Yeah, the skating, I think we've gotten all golds there.
Good.
But here's the thing. You have some folks who, and I don't like this. This is not something that I'm on board with. However, I understand people have the right to say what they want to say. And this is America is the land of and the
Free
home of the
speech.
free, and we're allowed to say whatever we want, but you're not free from repercussions. That's the thing.
Right.
And I don't have to agree with you, whatever you
Right.
say.
So
you can
what?
say it.
What are they saying?
Well, Hunter Hess, he is a skier, and he and another skier have made some remarks saying things like they have mixed emotions about representing the Stars and Stripes.
What?
They
I don't like it either.
he
They have a right
says-
to it, but I don't have to like it.
He says that this was his quote. Okay. It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Well, that's
which
true.
I agree
Sure,
with.
yeah,
Absolutely.
But why would you voice that when you're winning a
Exactly.
gold medal or a medal or competing for this country?
Exactly. And then freestyle skier Chris Lillis also got on the bandwagon, griping about immigration enforcement and protests in the land of the free, which now I completely agree with your right to
Yep.
to feel the way you feel. I understand that you feel a certain way. However, you should still take that as the honor that it is.
Right. Well, if you don't want to represent this country, go live somewhere else.
Right. Well, that's kind of what Trump said, because Trump had to weigh in on it. He called him a loser.
There you go.
Trump gets on, oh Lord, somebody just take his keyboard and his microphone away. He called him a loser, and he basically said, if you're going to represent the United States, and have that honor, then you need to go and represent, and basically you keep your trap shut.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that
and
too.
I'm
There's a time and a place for
Exactly.
everything. And I don't know that platform is the time and the place to be talking negatively about the country that's sponsoring you and that you're representing. If you're
Because you wouldn't have been there if it hadn't have been for the country sponsoring.
probably not. I guess they feel like they could go if they're that good, they feel like I could go to Switzerland and represent them or whatever. I don't know if they'd want you, but
Well, did you see where Vance got booed at the ceremony?
No.
Yeah. They booed him. And Trump was like, I don't know why they booed him. People love him. Why are they booing? Why are they
I
booing?
can see him booing me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. Basically, I kept them booing me, but they're booing, Vance now. So what in the world? I don't know.
It's politics.
We're just, but it wasn't necessarily the U.S. that was booing him. It was the Italians.
Who knows who was booing him? Well, he's going to Azerbaijan. I can't ever pronounce some of these countries. He's going to be over there this week, I think, doing some stuff. I don't know how they think of him in some of these other countries. It's right now America is not well thought of anywhere.
No, we have a really bad reputation right now, and I don't know. I guess I'm still feeling. I don't understand all of these protests over the immigration thing because Trump's administration is not doing anything any differently than any other administration has done.
Well, he is being more aggressive with it.
He's been more aggressive with it, but
the thing is, I think what's happened is people, have gotten so anti anything this administration does. It wouldn't matter if they were going and protecting kindergartens and planting flowers and stuff. They'd be against it just because it's this administration, And the fact is that the immigration people have been pretty aggressive.
They have.
Well, they may need to be. And of course, the thing is, I don't understand. People are saying that all these ICE agents, and this is just, I'm not in law enforcement, so this is just a question I throw out there. All these ICE agents, they claim that they shouldn't be wearing balaclavas, the things that cover most of their faces, or masks or whatever, and that they ought to, and that they don't like that. They should be more open, and they shouldn't be all battle geared up.
Why not?
For battle. But yet the protesters are all wearing masks and balaclavas and hiding their identities, a lot of them, and being very aggressive. So why one and not the why can the citizens be fearful of getting injured, but the law enforcement people are supposed to just give up their lives and safety to these people that are going to want to hurt them? So I don't understand the give and take on this
it's
stuff.
the protesters
I don't
that are
understand
causing
why
the
they're
problem.
so aggressive sometimes. But then again, I'm not the one out there where somebody could pull out a gun and shoot me.
And these protesters are very physically aggressive.
Some of them are horrible.
And I mean, it's just, but you've got these like Minnesota, and now we've got a place, Irondale, is saying they're sanctuary cities, and I'm just not in agreement with that. I think that causes more problems.
It does. And the thing is, I agree. Like we talked about with freedom of speech, you have the right to protest anything you want to protest, but peacefully. If you want to get out there and get thousands of people to march and to carry signs and to chant and stay on the sidewalk and put out, do it legally, then good, do it.
Right.
And change the laws. Get your legislatures to go after the stuff you don't like and da-da-da. But when you start throwing rocks and you start kicking at people and aggressively getting in their faces and shooting horns in their ears and banging drums in their face and spitting on them, that's going over the line.
Ooh, yeah, you
That
spit
is
at me
not-
and we're going to have a whole
That's not legal
different
protest.
situation. Yeah.
You don't spit at people and yell right in their face and aggressively charge at them. And I don't know. I'm going to admit that in my heart, I'm usually more pro. And I don't care who's in office, Democrat, Republican, but I am pro-law enforcement. These poor guys, I got a lot of friends that are in law enforcement. I've got two friends
One
that
of
are
my high school friends.
federal marshals. I've got lots of police friends, lots of firemen, first responders. And, people can be cruel and harsh about some of the things that they do, but they're not the ones getting up every morning or every evening and putting on a uniform and strapping on all this equipment thinking this could be the last time you see your family, or, some crazy's going to kill you. And it could be just for pulling you over because you got a headlight out or your tag or whatever, anything. I mean, you just don't know. And when you live your life for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years of being literally careful about thinking you're going to be killed by anyone anytime, that completely changes your aspect about how life is lived. And you got to remember, a lot of them need, a lot of them have PTSD. If I had to see some of the wrecks with mangled bodies and dead children and stuff that these people have to cover, that a lot of the people I deal with are either horribly drunk or high or want to fight you every day. How does that not psychologically build barriers for you around yourself for protection and give you PTSD? I admire what men and women, and there are so many good law enforcement people, very few bad apples. I mean,
comparatively,
there are bad apples in every business you're in. That's human nature. But for the majority of the guys that I know did it because they want to do good work, they want to help people, they're not bullies, but they become the kind of person they are for survival.
Right, exactly. It's
I don't know
8:34. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got to talk about an escapee from the San Diego Zoo.
The zoo.
The zoo.
I'm assuming this is non-human.
Non-human. It's a funny story. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. Stay with us.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
We are back. The time is 8:37. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill here
Good
with
morning.
you. February the 9th on this Back at It Monday, which I'm struggling with for some reason. I did 0 all weekend long. I should not be tired. I did. My hubby was like, do you want to go downstairs and work out? Nope. Do you want to go to the grocery store? Nope. He was like, do you want to do anything? Nope.
Did you stay in pajamas and stuff all weekend?
I sure did. Now ask me if I feel guilty about it.
You feel
Nope.
no? Well, you should. Sometimes you just gotta sometimes you just gotta have that recharge the battery time.
Now I did Saturday. I did get up and do. We had a remote at Peachy Meal Prep there in Thorsby.
How was that? Did it go well?
It did. We had a lot of good vendors there, interesting vendors. We told you about the one.
Yeah, you had a pole dancing vendor.
Yeah, pole dancing vendor.
Pole dancing.
Well,
they say that it's good exercise.
yeah, apparently. I don't know how they do it.
The tips must be good too.
Well, I tell you, Baden was like, "You need to go over there and try it," and I was like, "Nope." I had my pasta salad, and I watched the girl who was a student do it, and he videoed me sitting there with my pasta shoveling in my face as I was watching her.
You did take a little video.
I did try. Let me tell you.
The student was obviously a student.
Yeah. Now, look, Jessie makes these protein balls, and she had one. It was some kind of chocolate something. It was so good.
It's called a protein ball? And is it
it's
like a little confectionery thing?
Like that? No, it's like a...
is it like a brownie?
The consistency is very... I don't know what to call it. Like, you know... you know the peanut butter balls, right? Okay, like that.
Because they're kind of chewy, a little bit creamy. Not creamy, but yeah. Protein balls.
Yeah, but they're
like low sugar, high protein, all that.
She's got stuff in them, but they're good. And I tried the chocolatey one, and then I tried the Nutter Butter one. Both of them amazing.
Really?
Yes. Oh my gosh, so good.
Wow.
Now she's got all kinds of stuff in there. She's got individual meals that you can get, different ones that she makes each week. She has different
and they're like frozen? Or they're refrigerated?
They're
you
refrigerated,
just take them home and eat them?
And then you've got the family meals. Then you've got, like, she's got sub sandwiches. She has wraps.
Really?
She has, like, you walk in, and she has, like, the refrigerators there where you can just go in and walk
and
up
just grab
and
something and take it home.
Chips and things, you can get drinks. But in the back is where the magic happens. She's got a full, large kitchen back there.
Really?
It is huge. And that's where they prep all the meals.
And can you eat there? I mean, can you go in and eat a meal, or is it all to go?
There's no sit down. It's all to go.
No sit down.
It's grab and go. Now, she delivers these meals all over the place. Like,
really?
She goes, well, you weren't here when she came in on Thursday. She goes as far as Auburn and Moody and all kind. Yeah. She does a minimum of 500 meals a week.
What's the name of her place again?
Peachy Meal Prep. That's in Thorsby.
Peachy Meal Prep, and it's in Thorsby.
Yep.
Wow.
Right in a little downtown
I'm gonna have to go by there.
So she had her grand opening, and she has all kinds of stuff in there. In her little, it's like she's got a little gift area too, and just all kinds of stuff. It's
neat.
amazing.
Peachy Meal Prep.
She said a lot of the police officers and paramedics and people who need a quick lunch, they just go in and grab one of the sandwiches.
They eat it in the station or in the car or whatever.
Yep.
That is cool.
You could get, and the portions are good. Like, that's one of the things that she stresses is knowing your portions. But the portions are enough to fill you up, but not enough
to just stuff you.
Overfill you. So yeah, but yeah, you can sign up, I guess, for like weekly. And see, she delivers like to the Y, so you can order it.
Oh, and pick yours up at the Y?
Pick yours up at the Y if going into Thorsby is not convenient for you.
Wow.
So I like that. She has different locations you can pick up from. So that's pretty cool.
Peachy Meal Prep.
Yep.
I've got to go by there.
Yep. Got to try it. So I told you I was going to tell you about...
Oh, yeah. This is funny.
The zoo, excuse me, in San Diego... They have
the San Diego Zoo is pretty famous.
Yes, it is.
Because that's one that had those dudes that used to come on Johnny Carson at night with animals and stuff. They were pretty well known, pretty famous, of zoo.
Yeah. Well, they have an orangutan that they are calling Houdini because he has escaped his maximum security enclosure 3 times. But he doesn't do anything. He just goes sightseeing.
When he gets out, he just looks around?
He just looks around, just goes, checks everything out. But he has a rivalry with the other orangutan.
First of all, tell
Otis.
Everybody the name of this guy. That's what's funny.
The orangutan that escapes, his name is Ken Allen.
Ken Allen.
Yeah.
Does that sound like either a country singer or an accountant?
It does. Yes, Ken Allen.
Orangutan.
Oh, Ken.
Ken Allen.
And then you got Otis.
Now,
Ken
he
and
and
Otis.
they have a little something
They
going on.
have a little something going on, and so the only thing he does outside of escaping and sightseeing is throw rocks at Otis.
So once he gets out, he goes and finds rocks and throws them at poor
Throws
Otis,
them
who's
at
stuck in
Otis.
the enclosure.
I guess he sticks out his tongue at him too. This says
That's
the
funny.
zoo has been baffled. They have raised the walls. They've added the electric wires. They dressed the staff up at tourists to spy on him.
Now, that's funny.
But all he does is sit there and stare at him until they leave, and then he escapes. They said they hired professional rock climbers to scale the enclosure walls to find every single little thing that he can be
Little
getting
foothold
onto.
or- yeah.
And the walls have been shaved completely smooth. He still gets out.
They don't know how?
No, and I think the only way they're going to find out is if they put a camera on him.
Yeah. Of course, he can rip his camera
Oh,
off.
sure,
of it,
he's
so I'm
going to
sure he
figure out
could,
what it
yeah.
is. Apparently he is
Well, orangutans
exceptionally
are
intelligent.
really, really, really strong.
That's the one. That's the only way I can know what kind of monkey that is because that's the one that was in Any Which Way But Loose.
Yeah, with the long arms.
Right or left turn or right
Yeah.
turn, Clyde. I always
Right.
love that.
Had the long
yes,
arms
they have the
and-
long arms, but he is a little something. He is getting out. That's one of the funniest
Ken
stories.
Allen.
Ken Allen. Mm-hmm.
Poor Otis.
He just gets rocks thrown at him. Otis just hanging out, but he does. All he does is sightsee and throw rocks at Otis.
Just doesn't do any harm
Yeah,
or do
just
any
walks
damage. Just
around.
walks
and then
around.
gets back in. That's the
and just,
thing.
Oh, he does?
I guess, yeah.
Oh, I guess so. If they don't know how he's getting out. Maybe they bring him
They've
back
seen
in. I
him
don't know.
strolling down.
Isn't that funny?
It's
Otis
hilarious.
Otis runs and hides, I'm sure,
Oh,
so
yeah.
doesn't get pelted with rocks. Ken Allen. What a name for an orangutan.
Is that not hilarious? I love it. That story has gotten me. I had so tickled over that story.
Yeah, that's a. I wonder if they got a picture of him online. I guess they do. You can probably go to the San Diego Zoo and see a picture of Ken Allen. Maybe Otis too.
Designed for Gigi. Ken Allen needs a girlfriend. Yes, he does. He needs something.
Yeah, he does.
Somebody to
Obviously,
keep him
he's needs something, a
occupied.
hobby.
Yes, that is so funny.
I like the fact he just goes he just wanders
just
around
wanders
looking at
around, just
everything, just
checking it
checking
out.
stuff out.
Yeah.
And then, has to throw some rocks
yeah,
at
throw
Otis
some rocks.
on his way back or
That
whatever.
owns me though. But the name, you're right, Ken Allen. That's his name. It almost sounds like when I was a kid, I had imaginary friends, and like my one was Barbara Cooper, and if
That was your imaginary friend, Barbara Cooper?
you know who Barbara Cooper was, Valerie Bertinelli's character on One Day at a Time.
Oh. Is Valerie Bertinelli still alive?
Yeah, she is.
She is, okay.
She's the only one left out of that
Yeah, I
whole
thought
crew.
that most
Yeah.
of them are all dead now.
Well, no, Mackenzie Phillips still is too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I thought she went through a bunch of drug
Ooh,
problems.
she
didn't
went through a lot of something.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Barbara Cooper was my imaginary friend. Also, I told people that John Wayne was my brother and he died in the ditch.
And he died what?
In the ditch. We had a ditch right in front of our
House?
in front of the house, and all the neighbors came over and gave my mom condolences because they thought she lost a baby.
They really did?
They really did.
Oh.
And
my
she was
God.
like, "What are you talking about?" Well, Therese told us that you had a
John
baby
Wayne?
named John. She had a brother named John Wayne who died in the ditch, and she goes, "No, I didn't. She's an only child. What in the world? She doesn't have any
Did you
siblings."
go into counseling? They put you in counseling
No,
after that?
they just let me go. They just said,
Stop
I don't.
talking.
What is going on in there?
Stop making stuff up. Oh, I hear music. We're hearing something sounds like a chainsaw.
It sounds
and
like a bazooka.
or something, yeah. That's
what's
something's going on out in the
All right.
lobby.
They shut the door. We can still hear it.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, So yeah, I mean, but that sounds like an imaginary friend name, Ken Allen.
Barbara. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does.
Or Otis.
Or Otis.
Otis was the drunk in Mayberry, wasn't
Yes, he was. This cracks me up. A FedEx driver has been arrested for stealing packages in Baton Rouge. The sheriff's office have arrested a FedEx driver after multiple packages worth $32,000 were stolen.
Wow.
They found those. Other packages were also stolen over recent months. $57,000 worth of electronics had come up missing.
So he claimed he delivered them, and the porch pirates got them, but he really was getting them?
Yeah.
How did they catch him, I
Well,
guess?
because the larceny division of Walmart Global contacted authorities and reported that multiple packages scheduled to ship to Walmart were stolen.
Oh.
The investigator told detectives over the past 3 months, Walmart had noticed about $57,000 worth of electronics had come up missing during shipment and never arrived at the intended store. They did some investigation. They decided to do a sting operation, and they set up tracking devices inside some of the packages scheduled to arrive at the store, which allowed investigators to track the items to the apartment.
So he was stealing them before he got to Walmart. He was stealing merchandise that was supposed to be going to a Walmart store. I got you. Not private individuals.
Look, I mean, people are smart
Yeah, but so are the...
until they're dumb and they
until
get
they're
caught.
dumb.
Because
I mean, it's easy to put a tracking device now. You got all those little things that GPS will... And they're tiny. You can put them in there.
I gotta go check this out. What in the world is going on?
Are you going to go see what's going on out in the lobby? So Teresa's just gone to the door of the lobby over there. What is it?
I can't tell. Andy's in there.
Andy's there, your buddy Andy?
Andy's in there. And he says, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be on air." It's like, because I'm nosy and I have to know what's going on. That's part of my problem.
She just left me here on camera.
I was like, I got to check it out. I got to see what's going on. Did you see, because we were talking about Kid Rock earlier because he was part of this halftime show. I don't know what y'all are doing in there, but that's loud.
What was the noise?
What is that?
We shook our fingers at you.
Yeah, we saw we were getting scolded.
We heard sound like a chainsaw.
Yeah, okay. Well, now he comes in here for a break when we got 10 minutes left. I guess we'll take a break and when we'll come back, we're going to talk about Kid Rock some more because he has something going on and it's kind of not going well.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if he still owns all that property in South Alabama.
He does.
Does he?
My
Next
friend-
to Hank Jr.'s property.
Yes. We'll talk about that when we come back. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
Or diesel repair, Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
We are back. The time is 8:53. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We got the answer to what it was, but we can't tell you what it is, unfortunately.
I think it's a little radio-controlled truck.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, or something. I think they were playing with some kind of radio-controlled something.
So
it's like kinder care out there. I mean, Baden will leave, and you hear stuff, and you look out there, and it's like,
what's
kinder
happening?
care. They're like got a toy or something going out there. He also just inexplicably, while we're, of course, you know, Baden's behind the camera, right? I mean,
Right,
he's
yeah, y'all
over there
can't
behind
see him.
And suddenly we're looking at him, and he's like pulling up rugs, moving furniture.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
what's going on? He's already pulled up a rug. Is that what he hung? Is that a rug?
No, that's a curtain. He rolled the rug up.
He did take the rug
Yeah,
up.
he rolled it up.
Why?
Because
he just decided it was time to roll the rug
he
up?
pulled that other thing out, and I guess I don't know. He wanted. I really don't know. I don't ask why.
He's a constant whirling dervish of movement. He just doesn't.
Nervous energy
He
or something.
doesn't sit
I don't know.
still at all.
Ooh, it's like a squirrel. Kink, 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 kink.
Yeah, he is. Squirrel.
So we were talking about Kid Rock before we left to go on break. Bill said, does he still own that property in South Alabama? Yes, he does, which is next to Hank Jr.'s place. And
Right.
the reason I know this is because my friend Scoey, that I went to high school with, lives about a block or two from there.
Really?
And whenever they have bonfires, Kid Rock will come down there and hang out with them, and Hank Williams Jr. has too.
Really? That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. They are like, Kid Rock's just a dude. He is just
He's just a regular
American
old dude, isn't he?
loving
And
country.
he grew up in Michigan, didn't he?
He did.
Of course, you know, people from the UP, from Upper Peninsula, Michigan, they're more redneck than we are. Have you ever been up there? There's nothing but Trump signs and Confederate flags. It's the weirdest thing to go to Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and you feel like you're in, you know, Alabama, Mississippi, whatever. It's like Southern rednecks. I like it. I like Kid Rock. I
Love him.
He turned me on. I should hate him because he turned me on to certain cigars that I'd never heard of before. And I was seeing one of his shows years ago, and he was out back behind the old Oak Mountain Amphitheater, smoking a cigar, and it smelled so good. And I asked him about it, and he told me it was a Arturo Fuente short story. And I thought, boy, that smells good. He said, "You want one?" I said, "Oh no, I'm not going to take one." He said, "No." And he gave me one, and I smoked it, and then I ended up buying a box of them, which was pretty expensive. And then when he came back to town, I emceed his. He was a bigger star then, and he was fully into country then, and people knew him. He had done that thing with Sheryl Crow, you know, pictures or whatever. I bought him a box of those cigars, and that's like back then that was $200, and I just gave it to him as a thank you for turning me on to him, you know, and it's pretty good.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at you.
So
yeah.
he and I go back a little ways, but I hadn't seen him in 15 years, you know, hadn't run into him.
I bet he's an interesting person. He's actually been
had
on
a-
Joe Rogan and some other stuff, and he's just really is such a down to earth.
Well,
cool
he is. He's real
person.
conservative and right wing. He's he had a hot girlfriend who would hunt and fish. Matter of fact, she looked like a a model from what's the women's underwear company that did those model shows?
The Victoria's Secret?
Victoria's. She looked like a Victoria's Secret model, but she would put on camo and grab a rifle and go out in the woods by herself and kill a deer and skin it and dress it out and bring it in. She was, I don't know if they're still together, but she was living with him, I think, down in that trailer he's got down. He's got that fancy, it's a trailer, but it's more, he's doctored it up.
Oh, yeah.
But, and he's got all kind of stuff down there. But, yeah, I don't know if he's still going with her, but, boy, she was pleasant to look at.
She was something. Well, he has got a festival that he's doing that he's put together for the summer. It's called Rock the Country Festival. Well, he's had to cancel the South Carolina show because the artists decided to stop. They pulled out. So he had Shinedown, Creed, and Ludacris all agreed to be on this. And then when the people saw the lineup, the fans were giving all these artists a hard time for being on his tour because he is obviously such a Trump supporter that
and
they
he's
said,
also, they consider him to be a country artist now.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, this is his tour. I mean, but he had these people on there because it was just rock the country type of thing. And he, they're pulling out and saying it's going to create too much division. And so they're not going to be at it. So I don't know how many more shows he's going to end up having to cancel. But I think that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy for you to commit to something like that. I mean, that's like people not doing Rock the South.
Well, see, I think he's in Rock the South is doing that for him. They're the ones promoting. That's why it's called Rock the
Oh, Rock the Country.
Yeah, because you remember
Okay.
they did a tour. They did a whole tour last year. They came through the South and went to Florida and some other, so I think it's the same thing. It's Shane Quick and the guys that put on Rock. The guys that put on Rock the South up in Coleman were already famous for putting on huge religious Christian rock concerts. They did a lot of the contemporary Christian rock.
Yeah.
And then that's when they started doing Rock the South in Coleman for country artists.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they teamed up with Kid Rock to do this Rock the Country thing.
Well, I think that's crazy. I think that's a shame.
Well, I mean, put who you want on there, and you either buy a ticket or you don't. I don't understand them.
Well, the artists are saying, I'm not going to be a part of your tour. That's the thing.
The artists, yeah.
Yeah, the artists
they're
pulled
all
out.
left-wing, and they don't like him being so conservative. But how did they sign up in the first place?
Well, they did. That's the thing. It was the fans that said, oh, you're going to be on this, Trump-thumping hillbillies tour.
Oh,
and then
they
they're like,
they got too much feedback
well,
from
this
there.
is just causing too much division, and I don't want to be a part of it. So, I mean, Shinedown and Creed, they're huge. Huge
but
artists.
They aren't country.
No.
And so they're probably not very conservative.
Probably.
Creed especially.
Probably not.
And Ludacris. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be Trumpy. I can see it. I mean,
I think it's sad, though.
it is. It's it's just once again, politics is getting into everything, even entertainment, to the point that it's dividing people terribly. It's a shame.
It is.
It's
and
always
just,
been that way, but
I know,
just
but it's
seems worse
gotten
now.
really bad, and it's really, really bad whenever our current president is in office.
Yeah.
The 2 terms that he's done, it has been like this.
Yeah, things do get crazy. I think we ought to just bring back polka music and everybody just be.
Lawrence Welk.
Well, yeah, he did some polka, didn't he?
He would say, "The
Roll out
polka
the
dancers."
barrel, we'll have a barrel of fun.
Don't.
Polka music.
All right. It reminds me of John
Not one
Candy.
of my favorites. Do what?
It reminds me of John Candy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Schmingy brothers. The Schmingy brothers.
When they're trying to get back.
The polka group, the Schmingy brothers.
So funny. All right, it's 9:02. That's going to do it for this Monday.
Oh, boy.
Thank you so much. I had a good time today.
Yeah, it was
We
good.
tackled some
Little
subjects with some
we had-
humor and humility.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hope you all.
Super Bowl fun.
Yeah, hope you all have a great rest of the day. It's supposed to be pretty today, nice and warm a
Yeah.
little bit. That's why I'm kind of not.
Well, me too. I had
sweatered up.
I had a heavy jacket on, and I took it off and threw it in the car before I walked in the building because I only needed it to get to the car this morning early. Now I know I don't need it.
Yeah, and it's colder in here than it is outside of here.
Is it?
That. I don't know why this building's like this, but it is. But have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching and listening to Morning Mayhem.